For a very long time, and over the years he has cultivated a massive following despite his terrible comedy sketches from early on in his career. Typically we talk about movies, but today we're going to be pointing out all of the celebrities that tried to warn us about Shane Dawson. Welcome to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host Johnny Rogers, and before we get into today's video, if you don't want to miss another daily video from us, make sure you tap that subscribe button to join our notification squad. Now without any further delay, let's get right into today's list of the top 10 celebrities who tried to warn us about Shane Dawson. In at number 10, Tati Westbrook.
I tried to be that person for you, James. I really tried. I don't think there's any getting through to you, and I don't want to be friends with you.
When the drama getting started between Tati Westbrook and James Charles, everyone believed this disturbance in the beauty powers at YouTube was simply between the two of them. Although slowly but surely more details arose that put both Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star into the mix. It appears that by doing this video, Shane Dawson was especially exposed for actually assisting Westbrook in her attack on James. Multiple sources close to the situation said that Dawson most definitely helped Tati with her video exposing James Charles after he promoted a beauty brand that wasn't hers. The attack came because Tati felt like James had double-crossed her and promoted a brand that was in direct competition to her own. Both Shane and Jeffree do have an interest in the business of beauty, so their assistance may have been coming from a place of, kind of also wanting to close out any perceived competition in the market. In at number 9, Cameron Lester.
But let me start with the story. I'm going to try not to get emotional. I'm going to try to be honest. I'm going to try to make it straightforward as possible for everyone. I can't fit everything in it because this has been going on for over a year.
Cameron is another big YouTuber that has exposed Shane Dawson and his shady behavior behind the scenes. He was also responsible for first mentioning Shane's involvement in the Bye Sister video by Tati Westbrook. Although the tea was really spilled when Cameron said that he felt very uncomfortable anytime that he had to film videos with Shane and Jeffree Star. Allegedly, they had treated him as if he was simply the group's token black kid. His words, not mine. During an Instagram live post, he talked about how Shane used fear manipulation tactics to keep him from speaking out, even though he felt tokenized and lost without their help. That feeling of lost without them, though, was 100% pure manipulation on the part of Shane Dawson. In at number 8, Cupcake. Rapper Cupcake has announced that she will no longer work with disgraced YouTube star Shane Dawson after a video emerged of him making crude gestures in front of a Willow Smith poster. And we'll get to more of Jaden Smith's response to that later on, though. She took to Twitter and said, "Shouldn't be lusting over no child at all. It's sick, it's fucking sick. You grown men are ridiculous. So I'm gonna say this. Shane Dawson, it was fun making videos with you, but I choose to unfollow you and go my separate way. You have some growing to do, like for real." This was only in response to that Willow video though, and certainly was a big deal for her to call him out on that. However, I wonder how Cupcake will feel after she sees his blackface videos. In at number 7, Gabbie Hanna. Gabbie was once very good friends with Shane Dawson. They had even made about like 12 videos together, and she was once featured on his podcast called Shane and Friends. Although after Gabbie and Shane's cameraman Andrew had broken up, Shane and Gabbie stopped being friends. And back in 2018, although the tweet may be a joke, she certainly did make a valid point exposing Shane Dawson. Gabbie tweeted, "Conspiracy theory, Shane Dawson is an evil genius and hypnotized Michael and Tana into sabotaging TanaCon so he could conduct a 3-part docuseries on the entire thing. Shane, I am on to you, you won't get away with this." Because Shane is still friends with a lot of YouTubers that Gabbie Hanna has been at war with, I doubt she's gonna hold back when Dawson doesn't come running to her side. In at number 6, PewDiePie.
Everyone bangs his pet. Me? No way, come on. I can't believe everything you hear.
Oh yeah, daddy likes.
Okay, alright, let's move on.
When an old podcast clip surfaced with Shane Dawson talking about these terrible things that he did to his cat, the internet was, rightfully shocked.
If I just like hump, but like on her tummy, like that's not weird, like whatever. And then I humped it, and it kept going, and I came all over the cat.
No, you did not.
It was like my first sexual experience.
Yes, that is Shane Dawson speaking in a serious tone about a sexual encounter that he had with his cat. Although this wasn't the only time that PewDiePie tried to warn us about Shane Dawson. He also made a video after Shane had made that docuseries calling Jake Paul a sociopath. PewDiePie poked so many holes in that video and said that it was all very manipulative. Mainly the definition of sociopath that they were using was so generalized that it could literally fit anyone. Perhaps the worst part was how Shane actually managed to normalize Jake Paul's wild behavior by the end of his docuseries that just so happened to coincide with Jake's new merch release. Seems a little suspicious. In at number 5, Joshua DTV.
Rebecca, Matt, Slays, Yoakum, I don't care. I'm just going to put your names out there. Shane Dawson,
Colleen Ballinger's ex-husband Joshua David Evans tried to warn everyone about a lot of YouTubers way back in 2019. He had made several videos that felt almost like a confessional of sorts where he exposed a bunch of different YouTubers. Our main focus is primarily on Shane Dawson though, and for the most part he mentioned Shane's name on the list of people that he was going to expose, but never really dove into the details. It's an odd relationship though, because in several other videos and tweets online, Josh actually thanks Shane for reaching out to him after his divorce. The hardest part about covering the drama between these two though was finding the videos. I mean, he's made these long confessions about Shane, but most are either unlisted or just re-uploaded by another account. Based on what I've seen, I believe that Josh was wanting to call out Shane, but was scared about what would happen to his reputation. I'm assuming Shane was involved in his and Colleen's breakup somehow. All we know is that Shane has been doing some shady stuff behind the scenes as well, and everyone seems scared to speak ill of him. In at number 4, KAHEY. Mac is another celebrity YouTuber that had attempted to warn us about Shane Dawson, and with everything coming out about him now, he finally decided to go public. Mac tweeted, "I've been hesitant to say this because of my lack of proof, but about 2 years ago, I did approach Shane with an idea to spark the conversation about racism and accountability on his channel when his past videos started to resurface. He responded with denial and guilt tripping." Mac went on to say that Shane actually had to be calmed down after Mac even mentioned that he'd do this. It was at that moment that Mac realized just how above it all Shane thought he was. He didn't want to hold himself accountable for his actions, he just wanted to keep pressing forwards and hope that people would somehow forget. He goes on to say, "It just hurts because I always idolized his hard work and perseverance on YouTube, so it's been a mental play for me to let go of an idol, and I am starting to realize my hesitation is a form of enabling. For that, I apologize." In at number 3, CRUIKSHANK.
You want to talk on AIM? I didn't have an AIM, but I said yes, and I made one. And then we started talking, and I was maybe 19, and he was probably honestly 15, I don't know. And
while on the show Hey Queen back in 2015 with host Johnny McGovern, Shane spoke openly about trying to engage in a sexual encounter with CRUIKSHANK when he was only 15 years old. Shane said that Lucas started following him on Twitter, and the two began talking over AIM, but Shane took this interaction as an invitation to sexually harass a minor. He began making some very crude jokes over Twitter that Lucas wanted to, kind of get with him, although that resulted in Lucas immediately blocking Shane on all platforms. So all the way back in 2015, he had targeted a minor, and we heard little to nothing about it because Lucas was scared of how people would react. The pair even worked together years later in some videos, but even then they never discussed the awkward encounter upon meeting. Looks like people will ignore the craziest things if it means you'll get some clout from their fan base. In at number 2, JADA Pinkett Smith. Now let's circle back to that point I mentioned earlier about Shane doing very inappropriate things with a poster of Willow Smith.
Oh, Willow. Oh, I'll whip your hair back and forth. Oh.
Willow was 11 years old when Shane decided to do this video. I don't even know why he would feel like it was okay to do this. Even in the context of it's a joke, it's both abhorrent and appalling to watch, and turns out Willow's mother felt the same way. JADA took to Twitter and directly addressed him by saying, "To Shane Dawson, I'm done with the excuses." This comes after Shane made an apology video for the many nefarious things that he's done in the past that are now resurfacing.
Because my excuse, I was just being funny. I love black people. I'm not racist. I was trying to be funny. All of that is stupid.
Last but certainly not least, on our number 1 spot, Jaden Smith. In his own words, Shane Dawson has said that blackface was something that he did a lot for his sketches, and over the course of 10 years he has garnered a following of nearly 23 million subscribers and rose to fame through these comedy sketches. He often did blackface as well as perpetuating racist stereotypes. In his apology video, he said he was sorry for contributing to the normalization of blackface and the N-word, but Jaden Smith was having none of that. Jaden said, "This man was also doing blackface on the regular. As the youth, we need to support creators who support us and our morals. This is not okay." Although before that tweet, Jaden was trying to warn us about Shane in regards to his pedophile behavior. Jaden tweeted the day before that one saying, "Shane Dawson, I am disgusted by you sexualizing an 11-year-old girl who happens to be my sister. Is the furthest thing from funny and not okay in the slightest bit." Although this wasn't even the only time that he displayed his kind of creepy behavior. On his own podcast, he recalled meeting this 6-year-old girl who happened to be big on Instagram.
"Why do you have so many followers?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm a cheerleader." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And she shows me her Instagrams, which are first of all, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but she's sexy.
Yep, yes, he said that. Wasn't even a joke, so I am fully behind ending the career of Shane Dawson after that one. And that has been the top 10 celebrities who tried to warn us about Shane Dawson. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our editors for all of your hard work. If you enjoyed this video, then please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's list. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is tap that playlist when it pops up. From Top 10 Beyond the Screen, my name is Johnny Rogers, saying until next time, stay classy. For the most part, he mentioned Shane's name on the list of people that he never really got to Going back to our main focus. And with everything coming out about him now, he finally... Although before this tweet... before that... Oh my god. On his own podcast, he recalled meeting this 6-year-old girl who was... Oh my god. Doing that sentence again.